We are back. We are in the middle of a transition scene. I'll point at it with the mouse. I'm going to have a very formulaic stream, be like a show. It's going to happen a couple times a week, and it's going to be the same way every time. So as you can see up in this corner here, intro, opening, tutorials, personal projects, and then it says users submitted content. Talked a little bit about each of those things. I might talk about it a little bit more, add a button and like switch between. It should really be opening first. That's how we're gonna start. So we're gonna start, and oh yeah, font engagement with black, so we actually do need to delete the text, but that's no problem. I thought that we would just be able to like write text again, but I forgot that we rasterized it, and so I'm gonna need to do a new text box. I'll actually write the next one down here. Every single stream, I'm going to be putting out a poll, and I'll say, hey, out of these three pieces, what should we check out? And we'll just watch something and talk about it. And so we're going to do that after the user submitted content. But we'll start by moving opening. We'll put opening here. And again, not have to be legible. People aren't going to need to read this because it will have already happened. Will be cool for it to be legible, like that would be nice, but it doesn't have to be. For one thing, people might just know, and then also the other thing is that the only one that matters is this white one. Anyways, so to talk a little bit about more of my process here right now, I got rid of intros because that wasn't really a thing. That was kind of placeholder text. Now we have opening and tutorials, and the next one is personal project. Make it bigger. And then we can sharpen it. Actually, what would really be better is to just make a new text box. It takes 2 seconds. We already have everything at our disposal that we need. And we might just want to make new text every single time, potentially, but we can sort of take it on a case-by-case basis. We're not in a rush right now, and we're just sort of enjoying the process of, making everything, seeing it all come together, playing around with different styles. I've been using the Gabriella font for this personal sounds like a personal project. The font needs a little adjusting. I'm gonna highlight it all. The internet's like a realm. It's like a whole realm, right? One of my friends, we called their apartment the realm. And I found this plaque, and I gave it to them, and it said the Gauntlet Award for exceptional something. I forget exactly what it said. We'll just make a new box. I think that that's like kind of the way to go right now. User submitted. Yeah, we called that person's home the realm, and they also had a big van that we would drive around in for growing up. Called it the tank. Kind of miss it, but also like not really. It was just like kind of fun. Everything's so fun. Okay, free transform. Click shift in. Oh, we need the font smaller. That's maybe. I feel like there's like probably people who are like way faster than me, way more decisive than me. But like I'm not trying to be the fastest or most decisive. I'm just trying to have like a nice time and to like really enjoy the content that I'm making. Try not to put like pressure on myself to make any history making thing. Just like something to enjoy, just like these flowers. So what we'll do is we'll make smaller. How much smaller? Probably like 22. That's gonna be pretty cool. I should probably try and speak into the mic more clearly. The angle is, yeah, it's like not a very good angle, but I'm on a tight ship or whatever, tight budget. But it's working out. Things are working out, and it's just gonna get better. The setup's gonna get better and better. Watch and react, and that looks really nice. I'd say that looks so nice. I'm really happy with how it looks. No complaints there. I was just admiring the job that we had done so far. I really am proud of it. This looks really nice though. We're gonna delete opening and remake it. 13's not bad. I don't know which one that is. It's not super important though. It's not red top square, is it? Oh, it is red top square. It's connected to personal project, of course. Yeah, you know, why don't we do this? Why don't we delete opening? The fuzziness here is just not good, and it happened when it got sharp. We'll turn off butterfly. Well, let's leave butterfly for a second. We should actually create the new layer first. Then we should go here. We should get the color that we need, which is color. First. Here, we're gonna make a whole new square, but we're not gonna make a square square. We're gonna make a rounded square. But look at that. That's gonna look a lot better. So here's what we do. We make sure it's the same size. Then we take it and we move it to the left with shift so it stays in line. Then we're going to take the eraser tool and then we're going to erase it. But first we're gonna, the butterfly antenna there, we're gonna turn off the butterfly. So we actually have to go back to red top square. Beautiful. And then what do? We're going to rename it main segment background. That's what it is. Okay, now layer 17, red top square. We're gonna move it. And then we want the butterfly back. Yeah, it almost looks too sharp now, huh? Maybe we should keep it. Like, that looks pretty good. Kind of looks good. Like, it looks like almost just nice. Here's our segments. We got intro, tutorials, personal projects, user submitted assets, watch, and react. So you can see all those. But then we got two more. We got chatting and then a closing section. I'm gonna do these every single time. And so this is our first one. And I'm gonna name the page the main thing, of course. So we're gonna export this as personal project. And we're gonna make a folder. So save as PSD. And now we are going to new folder. And we are going to call this our segment indicator. Because the whole folder is going to be the one tool that we use to make the whole slideshow that we're put into OBS. So this is going to be called personal projects. We're going to click save. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're not going to delete opening. We're just going to turn off opening and leave it where it is. It doesn't have to go anywhere. What we're going to do is we're going to start with tutorials. We're going to either make it free transform and bring it down, but if it looks weird, it might. Let's do a test and we'll see if it looks weird or not, because we're going to put it on the square and see how it looks there. It does look a little fuzzy. Let's see what fresh text looks like, because maybe fresh text is the way to go. Let's check out tutorials, but we're going to make it a smaller text. Let's click it and let's go down to 20 pixels. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, we'll leave it. So now personal project, we're going to click personal project. We're going to click, move it. We're going to free transform it, holding shift. And of course it gets blocked by the flowers. So what are we going to do about it? I genuinely don't know. It was like a real question. Not totally sure. But that's not a bad thing. It's an opportunity. An opportunity to just like think about butterfly and flowers, right? I mean, that's one solution. Not like that important. I could just let it be covered and have it not be important because we just came from that section. I think we'll do like a middle ground because user submitted content is going to be even more hard to fit in here. We'll do a middle ground. We'll pull out the flower a little, and we'll pull out the flower even further. That seems good to me. So we'll just put that off to the side and we'll turn it off. And we're going to make a whole new text box that's called user submitted content. User submitted content. And we're going to name it user submitted content 2. This is very dreamy, very surreal. Once I get into the real philosophical stuff, that's when we'll start having fun, when we're talking about like time and stuff. Because like, who knows what time is, right? One time I did this comedy show and they asked me to talk about the theory of relativity, and I thought I did a pretty good job. I thought I was pretty interesting. I studied the philosophy of science a lot, so I like talking about it. Like cool stuff, right? One of my favorite skateboarders, Rodney Mullen, And like I always thought skateboarders were like the coolest. This person's like really good at math. I felt like it defied like stereotypes. It always made me want to be like cool but also smart. I think I'm engaging. I'm engaged. I'm engaged with what we're doing, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. But like I don't know. I often wonder whether I would watch this or listen to me. But like my friends like listening to me and watching me. So like if my friends like it, my mom says I'm cool. My mom doesn't say I'm cool. I feel like my mom thinks I'm not cool, if anything. But I think I'm cool. I just have like my own. I'm patting myself on the back. I think I'm fun. Okay, let's turn off watch and react. This is fun. We're having fun here. We're having fun on this stream. I think lighthearted. And so we're going for watch and react, right? And so what comes after that? I don't remember. I wrote it down over here. Chatting. Sometimes I feel like my voice is awesome to listen to, and then other times I feel like my voice is like the most annoying thing. But I think that people like feel that way too. Like I think people are genuinely conflicted sometimes, and like I think people enjoy like trying to figure out whether they like the sound of my voice or not. I am most of the time. Is that a weird thing to say? Maybe it is. Okay, we're gonna call it user submitted content. Now, personal project we want. And that looks really pretty. That looks really good. And then we said we were gonna move the flowers a little bit more and make a little animation. We're gonna use the move tool with shift, move it right over. We can make it even bigger than that if you want. That looks pretty good. Put it right here. We're gonna make it a little bit smaller. So the next thing that we're going to do is to take personal projects off because we're just gonna keep bringing it up, but we won't delete it. We're just not going to delete anything. We just won't show everything. And we're going to move user submitted content up. I mean, honestly, that looks pretty good. We'll just keep it like that. I'm pretty into it. And like, since it's going to be like towards the ending, it's like kind of cool to have the words bigger. It just like looks better. And it's kind of conducive for that because the words are shorter here. Going to move up. I think that we'll leave it like empty rather than like put nothing or offline or anything. This looks awesome. That's good. I think chatting can get moved down. Okay, we're gonna start off by turning off watch react. We're gonna move user submitted content down. This should go like pretty smoothly, I think. This is really good. Hey, there's tutorial hit. I don't know if you've seen the Alan tutorial videos, but let me link to it really quickly here. This is a pretty informative video. I won't watch it on the stream. Our last one, let's make it. We're gonna get rid of user submitted content. We are going to move personal projects down, and we're almost done. We're really getting close here. That's awesome. That is awesome. Really good. Great. So here's the real part. We are going to put this into OBS. This is where it gets real. It is. We click slideshow. Then we click create new, and then we want to set it so that we can change it. Oh, here we go. We don't want automatic. We want manual. We're going to use hotkeys to control it. Visibility. Always play even when not visible. Sure, that's fine. Transition fade is okay. I'm really excited for this. I think that this is going to be really, really good. We're going to add files. Cool. And it starts with opening, so we got to reorder them. Openings at the top. Boom, bam. What's after opening? Tutorials. We jump right into tutorials. Then personal projects. And then user submitted content. Then we watch and react content. And then there is chatting. And then there's closing. That looks awesome. Okay, and then this is the moment of truth. Ready? So we're going to go into settings. And we're going to go down to the hotkeys. We're gonna go into the slideshow, which is probably here. Okay, and so next slide, we are going to make a hotkey of Ctrl Shift 8 or 7, and Ctrl Shift 8 will be previous slide. This doesn't matter. Ctrl apply. We're gonna say okay, and then we're gonna go into my software for my I have this device which is used for my macros. I haven't used it a lot tonight, but this is a Razer Nostromo keypad, and I'm basically just using it as a hotkey button presser. So we're gonna go into Synapse, and we're gonna just use our last two keys for this image slideshow. I have other things that we can use for other hotkeys. So we're gonna set this as a macro. And the way that you set this is that you just record it. You press record, and then you do the action, and then boom, bam. Stop it, save it, and you can call it something else, but we'll just save it. And that was this one, and it was 7. So 7 was next. That's great. So we want next on the right, we want previous on the left. So we're gonna go to macro. We're gonna go plus. We're gonna press record, and we're gonna press Ctrl Alt 8. And then we're gonna press stop, save. Then, just for my own sanity's sake, I do like to name my macros even though it's not important. I'm gonna name the macro previous, or actually it should say next image. Or well, we'll say next indicator. What is it? Next segment, we'll call it. And then we will call macro number 2, we are going to call previous segment. Okay, great. Let's try it. Okay, are we ready? Let's see. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Oh my god. And wait, does the butterfly move too? Oh my god. My heart is melting because this is so perfect. This is exactly like I imagined it. I think, however, I am gonna make some changes. I'm gonna move the butterfly back in after we move it out for user submitted content. For Watch React, we're gonna move the butterfly and flowers in, and we're gonna resave it, and it's gonna be beautiful. I am so excited. So let's go back. We're almost there. We are so close. We just need to just do a couple more things, and this is gonna be so pretty. So first one is it goes user submitted content, and then after that, it's, I think chatting is the one that we need, because Watch React is going to be here, and then we take the butterfly, we take the flowers, and then we move it back in. There we go. That's the small magic that's going to make a total difference. Now we're going to export it as chatting. They'll probably save, yep, as chatting 1. That's okay. Now we're going to go to closing. We're going to open up that one, and we are going to go to closing. And now we're going to move the butterfly and the flowers in even further. Here we go. Ready? Oh wait, that's too much. We don't want that much. Butterfly, flowers, moving, and we're bringing it in all the way this time. And now we're gonna save the file. We're gonna export the PDF. PNG is what I should say. And I think that's gonna do it for us, everyone. I think that's gonna do it, and we are gonna have a really, really beautiful segment indicator. This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good, right? And I can put this on any scene. I can go and I can put this on any scene. And so it's just a resource. And now you all have seen how you do something like this. It's rename image slideshow to segment indicator. And segment indicator, I'm gonna go into, and we are going to delete chatting and closing, and then we're gonna add files, chatting and closing 1, and there it is. That's it. That's it. We did it. We did what we set out to do. Let's check it out. We got opening. We got tutorials, personal projects, and then here we go. Watch the butterfly. Moves right out. Moves a little further out, and then it comes in, and it comes a little bit further in. I'm really happy. And it's so funny because I feel like I do silly things along the way. I feel like I make like silly mistakes along the way, making things, but then you just have this really beautiful thing, and that's exactly what I like wanted. It's just awesome. It's like getting what you want on Christmas. That's so cool. That's great. Cool.